We did it without even a pass. We did a little crisscross. And as you're crisscrossing, defensemen, especially on a 2-on-1, most of the time we start to cut, they're not going to step up. If they do, and I've seen this, if you're coming across, the defenseman says, I'm going to step up on this guy. What's this guy do with the puck?
Drops it behind him.
Just drops it behind. This guy comes in, and Bob's your uncle. He's going on that. So most time defensemen will not step up. They'll say it's a 2-on-1. Always out there. Oh, Jesus, crisscross. Okay, fine, crisscross, whatever. And they'll try to stay in the middle. But eventually, you get the puck where you want it, which is in the middle, going into the zone. And now the defenseman's like, boy, okay, I've got to protect the middle. And that's when you can make that pass, and the guy can hit. Okay. So, a little offensive principle there on a 2-on-1. In a hockey game, how many 2-on-1s would you normally have? Anybody? 2? Maybe 3?
In our leagues, you get a bunch.
You're telling me it's 2-on-1, 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 right? Yeah. But I would think, if you got 2 or 3 a game, and invariably you get a 2-on-1, and if you don't get that good chance on net, it seems like it spills over in the rest of the game, right? Where if you get the 2-on-1 and you bury it, it seems to take the other team back on their heels a little bit. They made a mistake and they got caught, right? And now all of a sudden maybe they're not so aggressive with trying to hold the blue line, and maybe they're back up a little sooner because they don't want to give up that 2-on-1. You get the 2-on-1 and you get the good chance in the middle of the ice and you score, it can change the whole momentum flow of a game. It really can. Conversely, you give up 2 or 3 2-on-1s and they don't even get a sniff, you're like, hey, no big deal. We'll just keep playing the way we are. They can't score in 2-on-1 anyway. And now the team is more aggressive and they're doing their thing. So the cycling, the 2-on-1, some offensive principles, the attack triangle, important. On the 3-on-2, and I know you know this, but really, really effective. Drive the centerman to the net. Drive the centerman to the net. Drives the defenseman nuts. Because all of a sudden, even if the defenseman decides to go, this guy is inside of him. It's a hard play for him to try to stay with him without that pass getting to him. When you drive the wide guy, this defenseman falls off. He's between those guys, right? So on the 3-on-2, the puck's coming wide in the zone, and the center iceman, drive that center iceman. Drive the center iceman. And when the defenseman does go in here, then this guy cuts in the high slot, and now we make the pass, and we got the triangle, and now we got the good play on net. Okay? So go back to your teams and stuff, and and even if you don't have a coach, you're talking about it. Practice on the 3-on-2s. Practice coming down the 3-on-2 and have the centerman or whoever. It might not be the centerman. It might be just a forward. It might be the centerman over here, but have that middle person drive the net, and it really makes it hard defenseman. Really makes it hard defenseman. They have to make a decision, and if they wait too long to go with the centerman here, then it's just a little easy pass to right here, and now again that's a scoring area and we get a good chance. Most time in 3-on-2, you're always trying to work it to get it back on the high slot, right? But boy, I mean that's a great spot. But if you can get the guy a puck right in here, I'd rather have the puck here than with here. Okay. All right. Questions? Concerns? Anybody want to know what cuts my hair? You know what?
I actually do have a question, but it's more about defense.
Sure, well, go ahead.
I was talking to somebody this morning about defense holding the blue lines, both on offense and
defense. Yeah.
And how does the defense hold the blue line without getting beat? Because it's easy to get beat if you're testing them on that blue line there and they
trying to hold the blue line. Yeah. I think the real key is knowing where your other defenseman is. Can he give you support? You want to hold the line. Where's my guy? That's a pretty good spot. Okay. All of a sudden, you go look at this guy here, and for whatever reason, this defenseman's in here, or has fallen down, or has gone for a change. That kind of dictates a little bit what you can and can't do. But if the defenseman that your partner's in good shape, okay, they've kind of backed out maybe a little bit, so support. Probably 90% rule. I tell my defensemen that I coach in minor hockey, if you're 90%, you think you can get to the puck, oh. Some people say, well, it's going to be 100. 100, there's no decision. It's 100% you get to the puck, you're going to go. Well, you better go. 90%. If you think the puck's coming around here and the winger's coming, and you think you got 90% chance of at least getting to the puck at the same time or before, you're going to go. Because even if the puck does get by you, most likely you've tied up this person because you got there at the same time. And if they do send somebody, you got your other defenseman going, and at least it's a one-on-one. And my philosophy is a little bit different in that, I mean, not that I don't like defense. I mean, defense wins games, but we're not going to give up many goals if we're in their zone all night. And the better we can do a job keeping the puck in the zone, the better we'll do that. Here's an automatic. I'll give you 100% automatic. Teams I coach, 100%. If the puck is on this side, and I got a defenseman here, and I got a defenseman in the middle, the puck's on this side, and he goes from here around to here, 100% of the time, that guy's going. 100% of the time. You know why I tell my defensemen to go 100% of the time?
Just the wingers are already up.
They're set up. They're set up. They've got a winger here. They've got a winger here. They've probably got a centerman there, a defenseman there, a defenseman there. Who's going to get to that puck other than my defenseman? Maybe that winger. Maybe. But I'll take my chances with my defenseman because this winger has been told to kind of stay between, right? Between the puck and him. So my defenseman is probably on the outside. My defenseman has a better chance of getting to that puck.
So when that defenseman goes down there, the other D goes...
Got to pull out. You got to pull out. You got to pull out of the zone. Most time, my D, when he gets it, the only play he's probably going to have is just a soft dump back in there, which is perfect because then my forward's coming over and we're going to cycle up. We're going to pull this defenseman way up here and we're going to cycle it and we're going to make a pass. Anyway,
perfect.
Point is we're just going to chip into the zone, right? This other defenseman, you have to pull back. So you're over there and the puck's going all the way around and you see your defenseman go, you pull out. You pull out. Now, once you pull out, which is fine, your defenseman's here, there's a one-on-one battle going to happen here. And if the puck happens to get out here, because you pulled out here, right, you've gone from here to the middle of the ice, now maybe you can get it and dump it back in or cycle it around. But you can't stay here and go, all right, he's going to get it here and he's going to try to make that pass all the way to me. And even coming to here is tough because if they ever get it out, they chip it off and they get a guy going, then you're in trouble. You've got to pull out of the zone. You've got to pull out of the zone. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so on that that wraparound where the puck's in one corner and goes to the other corner, offensively, if we want to keep our offense going and we want to keep the puck in the zone, we're going to go, if the puck is here and it's going all the way around here, this defense on this side, 100% of the time, you're going. You're going to go. Because they've only got one person. They're a winger who's on the inside of you because he's protecting that pass, has a chance to get it. And if it happens to get by and goes out in the zone, well, you're just going to get it. No big deal. By maintaining the puck in the zone longer, three things happen. You're going to get a chance to score, you're going to score, or they're going to take a penalty. You know what it's like when you get tired defensively in your zone? You know what happens? Your feet stop moving, and you give her this one. Puck's there, oh geez, the puck's there, and you get this one going. Right? As soon as you get tired in the defensive zone, you stop skating. You just start hanging there.